In this video, I'd like to introduce you to a non-traditional strategy for adding whole numbers. This strategy is known as lattice addition. One thing to remember, not everyone thinks the same and not every problem needs to be worked using the same strategy. This strategy involves drawing a series of rectangles with diagonals, one for each column in your problem. When you add a column, place the tens digit above the diagonal and the ones digit below the diagonal. Once each column of the original problem is added, add the diagonals of the rectangles to get your answer. Example 1. Let's take 64 plus 56. First, draw two rectangles with diagonals, one for each column of numbers. Second, add the ones. 4 plus 6 equals 10. Place the 10 in the ones rectangle of the answer with 1 above the diagonal and 0 below the diagonal. Third, add the tens. 6 plus 5 equals 11. Place the 11 in the tens rectangle of the answer with 1 above the diagonal and 1 below the diagonal. Add the diagonals to find your answer. Your answer is 120. Example 2. Let's take 457 plus 378. First, draw three rectangles with diagonals, one for each column of numbers. Second, add the ones. 7 plus 8 equals 15. Place the 15 in the ones rectangle of the answer with 1 above the diagonal and 5 below the diagonal. Third, add the tens. 5 plus 7 equals 12. Place the 12 in the tens rectangle of the answer with 1 above the diagonal and 2 below the diagonal. Fourth, add the hundreds. 4 plus 3 equals 7. Place 7 in the hundreds rectangle of the answer with 7 below the diagonal. Fifth, add the diagonals to find your answer. Final answer is 835. Some try to emphasize placing the rectangle right under the columns. This is not always good practice due to the size of the problem. If students realize they need a rectangle for each column of numbers and work from right to left when adding the columns, the rectangles do not need to line up with the columns. Let's look at example 3. Let's take 695 plus 579. First, we need three rectangles. 5 plus 9 equals 14. 1 above the diagonal, 4 below. Now let's go to the tens. 9 plus 7 is 16. 1 above the diagonal, 6 below. Go to the hundreds. 6 plus 5 is 11. 1 above the diagonal, 1 below. Now we add the diagonals. 4, 7, 2, 1. Final answer, 1,274. Example 4, let's take 8,497 plus 5,796. This time we need 4 rectangles with diagonals. 7 plus 6 is 13. 9 plus 9 is 18. 4 plus 7 is 11. 8 plus 5 is 13. Add the diagonals. Final answer is 14,293. Let's look at an example with more than two add-ins. Let's take 455 plus 368 plus 776 plus 457 plus 369. First, we need three rectangles with diagonals since you have three columns. Second, add the ones. 5 plus 8 equals 13, plus 6 equals 19, plus 7 equals 26, plus 9 equals 35. Place the 35 in the ones rectangle of the answer with 3 above the diagonal and 5 below the diagonal. Third, add the tens. 5 plus 6 is 11, plus 7 is 18, plus 5 is 23, plus 6 is 29. Place the 29 in the tens rectangle of the answer with 2 above the diagonal and 9 below the diagonal. Fourth, add to hundreds. 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 7 is 14, plus 4 is 18, plus 3 is 21. Place the 21 in the hundreds rectangle of the answer with 2 above the diagonal and 1 below the diagonal. Fifth, add the diagonals to find your answer. This time we need to regroup when we add 3 plus 9. Your final answer is 2,425. To learn more about this strategy and other addition strategies, get detailed explanations, additional examples, and practice problems, go to Mason's Amazing Math on Teachers Pay Teachers website. Enter Book 1, Chapter 7 in the search box. Download Book 1, Chapter 7 ebook pages for $1. You will be amazed at what $1 will buy you. I would like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you found it informative and interesting. If you would, please share this video with others.